Members of PAASE and guests, good morning. Meeting Professor Muhammad Yunus the first time is an exhilarating experience. The Nobel Peace Prize winner who formulated the Grameen method firmly believes that one day we can put poverty in a museum, quote unquote. Ang Sahirap Incorporated owes inception to Dr. Octavio Generoso, a young professor from UP Los Baños, who in 1989 received a grant that allowed him to visit Professor Yunus in Bangladesh. At that time, Professor Yunus was already gaining popularity for his successful microfinance program among the very poor in their country. Having learned the Grameen methodology from Professor Yunus, Dr. Generoso piloted it in Los Baños. And so, in 2 years' time, ASHI became an NGO. ASHI now takes care of 87,000 members, nanays as we call them, across 9 provinces. You might ask, why just women? If the goals of economic development include improved standard of living, reduction in inequality, and respect for human rights, women should be the primary target. They are the financial managers of the home and hardly ever give up on their children for the future of our country. Other than focusing on women, ASHI does not discriminate against race, ethnicity, or religion. It is able to maintain the indigenous people in several of its centers. We have Domagats and Mangyans among our members. Membership in ASHI is not just about getting a loan. It is also getting a ticket to self-discovery and personal development. ASHI, in fact, does its best to develop all the potentialities of its members. Its mission and vision are as follows: a community of servant leaders guiding marginalized families for social transformation and prosperity. And the mission is, we provide a holistic approach for human and environmental development through microfinance. Let me give you a rundown on how we run our operations. First, we go around looking for potential members. We use a tool called the Poverty Probability Index, or the PPI, which calculates the likelihood that the household is living below the poverty line. ASHI targets those at the lower bottom of the poverty spectrum. We invite potential targets to a meeting where we tell them about ASHI and get to know them better. We weed out those who are already associated with another microfinance to avoid over-indebtedness. The first meetings are very important for motivating and making them shake off their mindsets. For the longest time, they have made themselves believe, or have been made to believe, even by their own parents, that they are hopeless and they will never ever mean anything in their life. The biggest challenge actually is to shatter these oppressive mindsets and make them discover their God-given endowments. During these meetings, we also go out of our way to know and motivate the family, because experience has taught us that a supportive husband and family are one of the key factors of a nanay's success. In one of these sessions, we ask them to group themselves into 5 so that they would seek like-minded applicants both they feel would be more comfortable with. Family members are not allowed to form a group because this is actually the start of expanding their concept of family. The psychological benefit of group membership is immense. Responsible behavior is developed within the group. It is the group as a whole that approves the loan of every member. Thereby, each member would feel morally responsible for every member's loan. When any member of the group gets into trouble, the group normally helps out. Thus, they help each other keep in line with the objectives of the ASHI program. Then, we make them draw their dreams. The more popular dreams that come out are about owning a nice home, sending the children to school, and having enough to eat. We educate prospective clients about ASHI membership. Everything has to be transparent and understood by the applicant, many of whom neither read nor write. All the time, we assure them that ASHI will always be around in support of them. Those selected are assigned to report to a center where they will meet other groups. The rules of engagement are simple. They are to meet with our other members once a week at an appointed time and place. At the start, they meet under the trees or in somebody's house. As the group solidifies, they build a center such as this. It is in these weekly meetings where all monetary transactions are conducted. Part of the agenda is for the development officer in charge of the center to provide education in small doses. The startup loan is only 5,000 or less, depending on the amount the applicant is comfortable with. She also chooses the term of the loan, which can be up to 2 years. The weekly payments are designed so that members should be able to handle the payments without sacrificing their basic quality of life. You will be surprised how getting the first loan overwhelms some of them. To most, it is a milestone in her life. Nobody has ever trusted her with such a big amount. Many would even cry in disbelief that an institution has trusted her. You might think it risky to give them their loan right away, but the point is to immediately explore their potential or to build on skills that they already have. The poor have an innate survival skill. They actually have basic intelligence to see what is good for them. Imagine giving their abject situation, they still have their wits and are very much alive. Many of us would think maybe they should be given a seminar first to learn how to run a small business. Yes, we do that eventually, but we do not delay in making the new member experience soonest the freedom to decide for herself how to proceed in her life in ASHI. Most of the nanays start with small businesses, just buy and sell whatever they can lay their hands on. Others go on into manufacturing, like making bamboo sets, cooking merienda items, making slippers, bags, rugs, soaps, candles, quilts, the works, or even dressmaking. Some go into farming, fishing, poultry, or swine raising. Some provide service like massage, hair, beauty, nail polish, and all that. The small doses of education that the nanays are given every week at the center meetings cover mundane matters like hygiene, sanitation, recipes, health tips, as well as weighty topics like credit discipline, financial tech, client rights and protection, environment and climate change, gender education, which includes parenting, active nonviolence on election year sometimes, how to vote wisely, and many more. These weekly meetings also offer the nanays psychosocial benefits because they are a welcome break from their daily grind. An oasis where the nanay can let go, air her problems to an understanding group, and in general, enjoy the company of fellow nanays. As one nanay exclaimed, "Hindi lang pala tayo pang kusina lang. We nanays are not just for the kitchen." Actually, it was her first time to dance. So in a few months, you can see grace at work. It's palpable. The first reward of a development officer is to hear nanays say, "We are now eating 3 times a day." By the 4th year of her membership at ASHI, the nanay is usually more financially stable. Through time, with good credit rating, she may loan a bigger amount for the needs of her growing business. The maximum loan possible is 100,000. ASHI Code of Ethics requires that all clients be protected and treated with dignity and respect, even when they fail to meet their contractual commitments. We do not give up on anybody unless they give up on us. If she fails the first time, she is encouraged to try again through what we call a resiliency program to get her back to the highway. She's given another loan at a much lower interest. At ASHI, it is forbidden to subject a borrower to abusive language or threats. It is forbidden to harass anybody at their place of work or worship or at unreasonable times of the day or night. It is also forbidden to enter the borrower's dwelling forcibly and seize property. Thus, we have no need for lawyers. The proof of the pudding is that the method works. Repayment rate is 98% and PAR is below 5, which is the standard. We have 87,000 success stories to tell. We collected actually 100 of them in a book edited by Dr. Luna Sikat Cleto of UP. I can tell you about Nanay Angie, who when she started lived in a hut which had only 2 walls. When she became an ASHI member, she opened a small store at home while her husband would carry a heavy load of household items on his back to peddle house to house. They were able to send their 4 children to college, 3 of whom are now working abroad and doing very well. Eventually, they were able to build their dream house, according to her, with tiled floors. And there is Nanay Feli in Antique who prides herself with 2 nurses, 2 policemen, and a lawyer. There's Nanay Marilyn who won a Citibank Award for entrepreneurship. She managed a tricycle service with ex-detainees as drivers. And then there's Nanay Laarni, another Citibank awardee, who started with fish fingerlings, was so successful, she was able to open a grocery store. And Nanay Cecil, who established herself as an event photographer in her community to record big family events. And Nanay Adora became a good dressmaker. She was contracted to sew school uniforms. To deliver the order, she turned her whole community into a uniform factory. But to me, the greatest testament to success is the fact that 1/2 of the ASHI management staff are the children of our nanays. All told, 1/3 of the entire 652 ASHI staff are children of our nanays. For funding, Land Bank, Union Bank, and OICO offer uncollateralized loans at lower than market rates. To improve the quality of life of the families, ASHI works with partners like the following. Pure It provides clean drinking water. This has in fact reduced diarrhea in households. Then there's Water.org, which enables the supply of clean water and sanitation. For your information, the actor Matt Damon is one of the big supporters of this company. He came here once to visit us and to talk to the nanays. Now, Hybrid Social Solutions provides solar lighting and small solar appliances. And AFI, which is the Ang Fortaleza Foundation, which is a local company, trains our nanays to become beauticians. TESDA trains those who want to learn skills like cooking, baking, massage, and similar other skills. Build Change, whose mission is to help build resilient communities, has made ASHI aware that the homes of our members are not only substandard, but are also often located in precarious locations. No wonder, every time there's a big typhoon, thousands of our member homes are damaged. Of late, After Category 3 Typhoon Tisoy, followed by Typhoon Ursula, more than 10,000 homes were damaged. And more recently, after Typhoon Ambo, more than 5,000 homes in Quezon Province were damaged. Each time such disasters strike, many ASHI members start from scratch all over again. It is estimated that there are still 20 million poor nanays to work on. They represent a huge potential which, when transformed, can turn our country around.